All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. Lot of, how can we say, speculation about Errol Spence Jr. and whether or not he is done with his career, washed up because he pulled out of a fight, according to sources, with Sebastian Fundura, which was supposed to take place in October or November. Questions about why he did it abound. However, I want to proposition you that one thing that could contribute to that is the relationship with his coach, Derek James, which, according to court documents, just got that much more troublesome because of the length of time that it will take for these guys to settle their dispute. Now, before we get into that and go on to the video, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the if you're not already signed up. If you're a current member of the channel, though, and you come by on a regular basis, please subscribe to my new personal YouTube channel, MH Blackwell, where we talk about a lot of things not related to boxing, but other general pop culture issues. Please click the link in the description, hit the subscribe, watch a video, and let me know what you think. But with that out the way, thank you to everybody that supports the channel, especially the two big crews, the live stream crew headed up by Barbara D and the super thanks crew by my guy, Matty Yole. Now let's get into the video. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division, where Gervonta Davis's trainer had said that he would not be training Errol Spence Jr., that he is not going to jump in the middle of a relationship between Derek James and Errol Spence Jr. And he knew that Errol Spence Jr. was out looking for trainers, but Errol Spence Jr. had not called him. But even if he had called him, he was going to wait till that whole thing got settled before he would get involved in that. And he needed to make sure that both Derek and Errol were okay with it. Well, if that's the case with any other promoters or any other trainers, rather, let's just hope for Errol's sake that ain't everybody else thinking like that, because this may be going on for a while, and I'm going to explain to you why. Before I do that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks and videos like this. It's a great way to support the channel. Shout out A-Sean, my guy A-Sean Denton, man. I hope you're feeling well. I saw you dropped me a line. I got to hit you back, but thank you. So I'll hit you back on that probably later today, but thank you so much for your support, brother. Let's get into this. A few months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, Errol Spence Jr. got sued by Derek James for breach of contract. What Derek James was claiming was that Errol Spence Jr. underpaid him, and underpaid him to the tune of $2.1 million for a fight that transpired between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. The reason that he said he was owed $2.1 million is because the fight, he was only paid, according to him, $350,000, and he should have been paid $2.5 million. Now, why did he believe that he should be paid $2.5 million? Because of a discrepancy over a verbal agreement between the two for training services for Derek James. And Derek James claimed that the agreement was for 25%, for 10% of the total revenue of the fight generated by total revenue of the fight generated by Errol Spence Jr., which according to Derrick James was $25 million, where Errol is saying, no. I agreed to pay you 10% of my bout agreement. The difference between a bout agreement and the total revenue is that the bout agreement is just for the fight. The total revenue for the fight can include things like the gate, sponsorships, and pay-per-view sales. So since Derrick is claiming, since you were guaranteed $25 million, no matter what, then it shouldn't be the $25 million for the bout agreement that we use. It should be 25% of the entire guarantee. Now, for me, there's a problem with that. And the problem is that Derrick James had been getting paid that way for 29 fights. Of pay-per-view fights, I think the first pay-per-view fight that Errol Spence Jr. got any revenue on, I do believe was the Kell Brook fight. And that was for pay-per-view in the UK. After that, I do believe maybe his first pay-per-view event was Mikey Garcia. And then, of course, Sean Porter and all of the fights thereafter, right? So, but maybe 5 or 6 fights that he had been paid for on pay-per-view. Definitely the fight with Ugas. Definitely the fight with Danny Garcia. Definitely the fight with Sean Porter. Definitely the fight with Mikey Garcia. All of those were on pay-per-view. So that's at least 4. I think this was maybe the 5th pay-per-view. So if there was the 4, then why are you asking for it on the 5th? That's the hang up that I see. However, the hang up as far as what's going to go on and any type of resolution for that, looks like Derrick James and these guys are going to be fighting this out for a while, because it's the time frame for the docket. Basically, what has come out from the court is a schedule. That this case will be ready and is set for non-jury trial the trial will begin on July 29th begin on July 29th, 2025. So that's when the court is set for. July 29th of 2025. These are the things that need to take place before this takes place next year. You have pretrial matters will be completed by the following dates. Amended pleadings asserting new causes of action or defenses has to be done by January 24th, 2025. Parties seeking affirmative relief should designate experts by February 21st, 2025. Party opposing affirmative relief shall designate experts by March 21st. All discovery closes June 13th. All other pleadings close May 30th. And the trial is set to begin on July 29th, 2025. That trial, that last night, is a year from now. So if they're going to hold up anything, anybody wanting to training for Errol, dude, this is going to be a lot of time these guys spend in court. And I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. I looked up the lawyers that were dealing with it just to kind of get an idea of the cases that they try to handle. It seems like Errol Spence's law firm is a little bit more experienced, specifically in business related matters. At least the elite attorney is for it, versus Derrick James' attorney. But they seem to be very, very competent people. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. But again, the critical issue from what I can see is going to be, what is it that those guys actually agreed upon? Did they agree upon 25% of the total revenue of the fight, or did they agree upon 25% of the bout agreement and the course that they have gone and the payments that they've made? You know, that Errol has made to Derrick in the past, does that solidify what their intention was? Or does the couple notes that were sent by Errol Spence negotiating with Derrick James about the $2.1 million, is that some type of promise or that Errol can be bound by? Or is that, just like a gratuity, like negotiating for a tip, for something above and beyond what was actually owed? And in the case that it's a gratuity, promises of gratuities are probably not binding. But anyway it goes, man, it's going to be really interesting to see what takes place with this over the next year. To me, I just think that it is fishing on Derrick James' part, but we'll see how it plays out in the end. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.